Okay, so one of the things that comes to mind right now is like we hear a lot of things. There's the politics going on. We just had an election year, and Trump got elected to office. He's our he's going to be our new president. He's not there yet. But he's our president elect. I one thing that I hear and it kind of bothers me is say, he's got to bring the job back. He's got to bring the job back. What we have to accept is that the economy has changed. A lot of those things that we needed humans to do, we don't necessarily need them anymore. You got to understand when they were building cars and all these different things in the manufacturing, there was money in it because it was repetition. But now with automation, with robots doing a lot of the work, you're not going to necessarily have a lot of those jobs back, So, and one of the things that you can do is to secure your position in the work field, in the workforce, is to adapt. And one of the things is knowledge. You got to know how to use computers, but more importantly, if you're interested in learning and doing challenges and puzzles and everything, programming is a good way to go. And so I think, you have to go to school to be a programmer or a computer engineer or anything like that. You don't have to. I mean, you do get the foundation and you get those essentials, but there's so much information now with YouTube and Google and everything where you can learn. Is what do I have to learn? And in this channel, with this program, do this to show you exactly what you need to know and to kind of coach you along the way. I'm not going to walk you step by step in everything that you need to know. In other words, I'm not going to teach you every little piece, but I'm going to guide you. And if you follow me, you will know how to do that. And, well, it's programming for me. How did I end up on this channel? It may be for you. Programming is really, really very basic. It's really just giving the computer instructions what to do, right? So you tell it, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and it does it. And so you get input from somewhere, you take that input and you put it through those steps, and then you produce some output. That may be talking from your application, your app, database, storing the data, sharing it, or maybe communicating live with other people, or there's just so many different applications that you can do with programming. And the reality of it is that you don't have to have a deep level of understanding of math. Now, at some point, depending on what kind of programming you may need to go into, what kind of engineering application or anything like that you want to do, you may actually need that. And so you would have to learn that. But do you really need it? I don't think you do. And I've been writing applications for about 15 years, and I can tell you that there's not a lot of math to it. Most of it is logic. For example, you may know how to change a tire. Can you write the steps to change a tire? Can you write the steps? Think of it like this. Can you write the steps, step by step by step, to somebody that may not be familiar, right, with changing a tire, but knows, what the tools are? Can you write the steps, individual, to change that tire? Or, for example, the steps to bake a cake, or the steps to, take a shower, the steps to go to the store. And that's like the way you got to think about programming. You're just writing steps, step by step by step. And you might say, well, programs can get very complicated. They're very large and everything, but they're all composed of small pieces, of small steps. They're not all one big chunk, and you don't want them to be, because that would turn into a big, ugly mess. But in this channel, I will show you what you have to know, what technologies you have to learn in order to get there. And I will get you started. My idea is to not feed you everything, but to challenge you and to guide you along the way so that you can get that knowledge. In the end, the field is really big. I mean, when you talk about just the IT field, it's really big. When you talk about programming, it's really big. Sometimes you end up going in one path. For example, I used to be a C++ when I started. Then I became a C# Windows programmer, and then I took on Java web development. But everything that I learned from one helped me get the next, because a lot of those things build on top of each other, and you learn practices and you learn a lot of things along the way. You may be thinking, well, oh no, I got to go to school because I got to have that paper. I know a lot of programmers that don't have degrees and they were able to get into the workforce, and you can do it. A lot of startups are looking for people that can just do it. I know people now that work for me that degrees, but degrees are not even in computer science or information systems. They learned it somewhere along the way, and they're able to get work and they're able to do their job. Certainly I'm not telling you that a degree won't help you. Yeah, it will help you. I mean, definitely. Really need it now. So, the idea with this channel is to get you going and to get you up and running, and then you can take off from there. I mean, I'll get you walking, and it's up to you to run with it. So, if you follow me, just make sure you subscribe to this channel, and look forward to providing more information, more material, and in that way, you can learn how to program. And that's why we call it the beginning programmer, because you need to do to become the beginning programmer. Be able to get that job, be able to do whatever you need to do. And, if after a while you decide, hey, this is not for me, I'm not getting it, okay, fine. But, feel free, comment, get a hold of me in the comments, drop me a line, and I'll be more than glad. We can do even a session. I'm doing this, to help the community, share some of the knowledge, to share some of the things that I know, and I'm more than willing to help. So it's no bother, drop me a comment, send me a question, do whatever, and make sure you subscribe, because there's a lot more good material coming your way. Thanks for watching.